XA, what's up, everybody? It's your number one boy, Nator 401, the one and only KING. Welcome to the Max Prime Entertainment Podcast. Today, I'm honored, and we have the greatest of them all, Sablo. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, quite good, bro. Thanks for having me on the show, man. Yeah.
I'm honored to have you. First of all, I don't want to start everything rudely. I just want you to tell us, who is Sablo?
Hey, Sablo in Sekasi, Joe, grew up in Chengu, Kwa-Thema. Basically, been shot my baguette since I was like 2 years old with the sticks. Just da da da, just music has always been in my blood.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But me, Kamala Marpelelo Sabelo, hence Sablo. I just removed the E. And then, yeah, basically that's it, dude. Nothing else to know, dude. I have a band background. The Shama band went to church a lot at my grandfather's church. So I think that's who Sablo is.
Okay.
Went to English schools, Pine Grove Primary, Springs Boys High.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest things, man. You're very influential around here in Kwa-Thema, bro. Tell me, is it a conscious decision that you made that you're gonna push the whole story of making sure that you give people the right message every time you just do your music?
Yeah, dude. For me, it was always hip hop. It's not just any music; it's hip hop. And the reason I was drawn to that was because you can talk about anything in hip hop. Other genres are limited to one thing. Gospel is about God.
Yeah.
This is about that. Kwaito is about, you know what I mean? But hip hop, you can actually talk about God. You can actually talk about chicks. You can actually talk about the struggle that you're facing. You can talk about solutions. You can fight political systems with hip hop. I mean, you can do so much with hip hop. That's why I was drawn specifically to giving a message through music.
Through music, yeah. So because I feel the environment that you're around, that is around you, influences each and everything that you do.
Yes.
Has your environment influenced you in your music?
Yes, very much. Most people think this guy is a gangster or whatever, just off my music. But that's not who I am. That's me telling what's going on around me every single day, what we see on a daily basis, what we end up getting pressured into as well. You end up hustling in the streets, using different ways and things like that. But definitely my surroundings have influenced me, Joe, to be the person that I am right now.
Yeah.
But I don't let my surroundings be my identity,
Yeah.
I know I'm bigger than my environment.
Yes,
and, I can still experience other things outside of this environment that I'm in right now. Sure.
So, why choose hip hop, bro? Okay, basically you answered that, but why specifically hip hop? What really
I'll tell you a story.
gave you the motivation of saying this is where I want to be, besides house? Because here in South Africa, we mostly dominated in house. Now it's piano, all that. But hip hop is mostly like from overseas, right?
Facts.
So why did you choose hip hop straight?
Yeah. Well, crazy enough, I was watching TV, Joe, the day I decided to join hip hop. I was watching TV, and a guy had passed away. His name is Guru. He was part of a gang that side in America, a music group. It was him and DJ Premier. They called themselves Gangstar.
Yeah.
And when he passed away, Channel O was doing like a tribute for him and things like that. And then I was watching that, and I noticed something very special. The guy was making the beats, and the other guy was rapping. Everything was in-house, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that made me fall in love with the idea of creation and owning everything. So my thing was, I want to produce and rap on my own thing. I don't need the other guy, but that was the premises of my, discovery of hip hop, that duo.
I know you produce your own music and you record your own music. There's a project that you put out, One Man and His Fleety Loopsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about that, man. Tell me about that.
That was just, after 10 years of producing music and discovering sounds on my own, and none of them actually being received in a national stage, I found that, it's just me and my Fruity Loops at this point,
Yeah.
I just have to open that thing and make
Just
beats. So that's where that thing came from. I just wanted to produce. So I made that album. It's just beats on there, no lyrics, no nothing. It's just beats and beats and beats. And it's just one man on a journey to discover as many sounds as he can through his own mind, just by using Fruity Loops,
Okay.
And
One of your
futuristic.
projects that I like, bro, is Cave.
Yeah.
Specifically, there's this song, Sneyman, bro.
Yeah, that's
Sneyman is my age, bro. Sneyman is my
that's
age.
the intro. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's Sneyman intro. I don't know why choose to tell that story of what's happening in Kokasi and put it out there for people to know. Huri, there's these type of things that are happening.
Yo, Scaife, bruh. Basically, I made that project in a week. I was sitting on my bed.
For real?
Yeah, in a week, dude. I was sitting on my bed one day and I woke up and I was like, I need to do a project about weed.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do a project about weed. And I opened my thing, I made the first beat. And then the first beat was so dope. It was Sneyman, baby. That's
Yeah.
the first beat I made. I was like,
That's
this is
nice,
the
man.
intro. And then from there, I just started making more beats. So it took me 3 days to produce like the 9 beats. I think there's 8
Yeah,
songs in there.
eight
or 9?
songs.
8 songs.
8 songs.
3 days to produce those 8 songs, and I gave them titles before I started writing the songs.
Oh,
So
yeah?
I was like, this is Sneyman. And track 0 wasn't there at that time.
Oh.
It was just that's why Sneyman is the
Yeah,
intro,
Sneyman is
but
the
there's a
intro.
track before that
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. But yeah, so it was Sneyman, and I recorded all those things. And then the next 3 days I was just recording all those titles that I wrote down.
Yeah.
Recording. So after 6 days the shit was done, 8 songs. And then I was like, it's still missing something, Joe. Like, I need something that's gonna draw them in. Because Sneyman was more like that hooligan, gassy stuff,
Yeah,
you know.
it's really-
But what if a chick is listening to the
Yeah.
first song? So I wanted to hook someone up. So I was like, nah, let me put another song on there and call it track 0, you know? And
Yeah, man.
that's how that came about.
One thing that I wanted to ask you, a lot of artists, I don't know, they do it differently. Your recording process. Do you have like your archives where you write each and every time, or you just get a beat and write?
Yeah, my recording process is highly based on the title, to be honest. But first, I start producing the beat first. Most of my songs are produced by me. So I start producing the beat. And if I like the beats, I'll try to figure out what does this represent? What does this sound represent? Then I'll be like, this is Nkambi. This is about the Nkambi or whatever. And then that's the title of the song, Nkambi. Then I start writing based on the title, in the studio, on the spot. Usually it would take me an hour or 2 hours to just finish the verse and then record it. So within a day, I can make like 3 to 5 songs. Making the beats, recording, making the beat, recording. 5 songs in a day, I can do that, yeah.
So you can
Easily.
just put out a tape in any time. that you
Exactly,
want.
hence I did Scaife in a week, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And yeah, that's just my process, bro.
So with everything that you do, bro, I feel you have that type of pro kid vibes, And I know you like that nigga.
Yeah, very
I
much.
know you
I'm
like that
a
nigga
huge
because,
fan. Yeah.
I've listened to your music and I got that feeling with you. We have the pro kid.
Yeah.
Kwa-Thema.
Yeah,
So
bro, thanks for that.
I want to know, man.
Thanks.
Is he that much of an influence to you?
Yes.
And your music?
Yes, very much. If you remember correctly, like my career, okay, maybe you were introduced to me a bit later on, but my
Yeah.
career started off with a heavy vernac.
Yeah.
I had niggas like 10C with me, niggas like Sabotage,
Oh, yeah.
niggas that love vernac, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hence, Kona le track about Imana. Yeah, that's one of my songs, and I have 10C on there. And if you listen to that song, it's heavy Pro Kid inspired, because Pro Kid is the first nigga to come out here with actual Zulu punchlines and dropping them like it's nothing, like many punchlines just next, you know what I mean, after the next one. So
One
I
after
felt
the
like,
next.
yeah, I felt like that was creative, Joe, and people took inspiration from that. Kwavelabo Mickey M, Kwavelabo
Yeah, yeah,
Banbani. That's all because of Pro Kid and his approach to this rap stuff. So he's a legend, for life in my books. Top 3 SA rappers of all time.
Top 3, who's top number 1 then? Who's it?
I'm number 1. And then number 2, I would say, is... let me not say, because there's too many dope rappers, but there's a guy called Ratex. There's a guy called Ratex. He's not. He's my number 2. He raps in Xhosa.
Oh.
He's sick. Yeah.
So with everything that's happening to hip hop right now, especially taking it from the diss track that Big Zulu put out, what do you think about the
About-
whole thing that's happening? Is it bringing back hip hop, or is it like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Hip hop as a culture will never die. You know.
Yeah.
What Big Zulu just did was just do an activity for the culture to participate in. But the culture is always there, it's always alive, and you know it's not going anywhere. So what Big Zulu did is good because it's
Yeah.
like an activity for us to do for now while we
To
working
wake
on
the
our
game up,
albums,
kinda.
while we working on the new sound, or whatever else niggas are developing. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's great. I love the numbers. Every song that drops is crazy numbers.
Crazy numbers.
So it's building up to us receiving millions and millions of views eventually, you know, within
Yeah.
weeks. So, you know,
So do you think
it's a
hip
great
hop is
thing.
going back where it was? Here
It's
in
not going
SA?
back where it was. It's actually improving.
Oh.
That's what I'm seeing, you know.
Yeah.
Back in the day, only niggas like Casper, AKA, would get these type
Yeah,
of
yeah,
numbers,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But now a nigga like Duncan can reply and get
Yeah,
whatever,
bro.
500K views within a day. And that's
So
dope.
what's your favorite one? What's your favorite track from like this?
Kwesta, East Rand. You know I'm
Kwesta.
always East Rand. Niggas
Yeah.
from Katlehong, so Kwesta's
Kwesta's your
verse is sick. Very well written. The beats, shout out to Makwa. You know,
Yeah, hey.
This shit is fire.
So on production, who do you think here in SA is like doing it?
Oh, that's a great question. I have so many idols there. There's a guy called Wichi 1080.
My boy's favorite.
He's sick. Now that
My
guy's
boy's
sick.
favorite.
And then there's another guy, a colleague of mine, I would say, because I worked with him on various projects,
Yeah.
the EJ project and some other projects. Tweezy.
Oh yeah, Tweezy.
He's the president of Ambitious Records
Yeah.
right now. Yeah, he's one of the greatest producers. You know,
Bro, wait. Did this nigga just talk about Tweezy like it's nothing?
Yeah, dude, Tweezy's
Bro.
my nigga. Yeah, that nigga. Yeah, he hooked me up with Kid X number way before EQ had the
Hell
feature.
yeah. Flip this nigga, bro. You big, dog.
Yeah,
You
dog,
big.
like,
I
the
always
industry-
tell people that here in Kwa-Thema we have huge artists, bro.
Yeah, dude.
And we don't look up to those
Nah,
people.
because people are looking for the numbers, like the public, to
Yeah.
receive you and whatnot. But for us, it's more like the industry knows us,
Yeah.
and that's what's important to us. Like industry cats,
Because,
people
bro,
at YFM, people at
Yeah, I saw you on YFM events. You
Yeah,
met
dude.
with Slicker.
yeah,
You've
that was.
been
Yeah, I
around,
was shooting
bro.
a video that
Yeah.
day when I. Yeah.
Wow. You have Slicker on like visuals. Bro,
Yeah.
you have tweet. Nigga, you big. So
So-
like, man, tell me, the whole narrative of like SA, what do you think about them appreciating hip hop, especially like rap, conscious rap, and like, you know, the type of battle bar hip hop?
I think for South Africa, conscious rap is it's like a drop in the ocean. It's gonna take time for it to penetrate the
Oh,
way
yeah.
it should because, first of all, English is looked down upon by South Africans.
Yeah.
Mostly, they're like, khulumi English, uzenza ngcono. So imagine
Yeah,
them
yeah,
listening to a guy talking about hieroglyphics and talking about crazy
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know, they're
Mess
just
it
gonna be
up.
like
Yeah,
cross out.
scratch it
You
out.
know, they won't listen to you just because they're against a black person speaking differently to them. You know, they want us all to have the same accent and whatever, but
Yeah.
it's not gonna work. So conscious rap for SA is a niche thing. Somewhere in the corner, you know, you
Yeah.
see the niggas huddled up in the corner, whatever. It's not accepted widely.
Yeah.
But hip hop, in the commercial sense, it's also coming up, but it's much more accepted because you know we can add vernac, you can
Yeah.
do your ngutu, your kara vibes, and put in that kwaito feel. So hip hop is growing, but the commercial scene is growing much slower than but I'm all for the underground scene. The
Yeah.
conscious movement. Hence, Scaife is more like there's
Yeah,
not too
yeah,
much, not too much commercial stuff there. It's just
Scaife is like,
sure,
Oh,
same
just,
man,
bro.
like
Yeah.
progressive.
we're wrapping it up right now, and I want you to tell us, bro. You know, I want you to tell us something that you want the other guys that are coming up who are gonna do hip hop. what should they do, and what is it that's different that they should hold on to?
I think the biggest thing is everyone should be trying to find a new sound. If you're in hip hop, we shouldn't be riding on each other's sounds.
Yeah, yeah.
I think everyone should be fighting to find a new thing that they can introduce to hip hop. Find a new thing that they can introduce to the beat section of the hip hop thing, or that way we can take the culture forward and also make the music much more advanced. Hence, I released another tape called Advanced Trap 2029.
Yeah.
And that's for 2029. And we're living right now in 2022. But it's so futuristic, the beats that I made on there, I just decided, this is 2029 stuff.
It's gonna be there.
Yeah, and that's how I'm thinking. I'm trying to develop the next sound, trying to get the African continent selling music worldwide like everyone else, you know what I mean? Why should we be selling music to Africans only when American or African Americans are selling music to the whole world? So we want to sell music to the whole world. And in order for us to get there, we need to really put in our passion into developing the sound and developing our style, new ways of clothing, new ways of producing content like you guys are doing.
Yeah.
But I'm very proud of where we are and where we are going. I see a very bright future for all hip-hop people and musicians in general. Like music is life.
Yeah, because I didn't want to ask this question because I feel everybody's asking it,
You can ask
but
whatever.
we were
bro,
listening
have time.
to your new sound right now.
Oh yeah.
Tell
it's
us
playing.
about that, bro. What is it? What is it about?
Sick.
Tell us about the influence of it.
Sick. Yeah, so I'm working on a new sound. It's actually, we just finished the project. It's 7 songs. We're calling it Umzaka.
Oh yeah.
And Umzaka, it's Umzaca, Umzaka. It's an African sound that introduces Africa, all those types of things, and we're adding the 808 behind that trap 808 for the club people and whatnot, but also adding African instruments like the oboes and there's different types of African instruments that people use. So we want to integrate that into one sound, but make it authentically hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Umzaka is another branch of hip hop, I would say. And the main thing on there is khona lento ezacazayo there. It's like insimbi, shayi insimbi basically.
Okay.
And it's a double meaning because Umzaka also means Joe. We're hungry, dog. So we're making this music from passion because we're hungry for it. We have, now Umzaka. You know what I mean? Yeah, and a lot of people are gonna relate. And it's heavy vernac. You're writing it in Zulu and trying to bring it back to the essence of South Africa.
Yeah.
And but the projects after that is gonna be mixed with English and whatever because we're going international and there's no way around that one.
All right, man. I just want to say thank you for honoring us with your presence, man.
Yo, this is a great show, guys. I'm very proud. This is in the hood. Sepumulo right now.
Yeah.
Kwa-Thema, guys. And check out the investment these guys just did.
And the craziest thing is that this place that we're at right now, it's a museum for Kwa-Thema.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, this
I
place
see.
tells the
Ocho
whole...
Slovo.
Yeah,
I didn't
this
think it's a
place
museum.
tells the whole story of Kwa-Thema. This was the first township. Kwa-Thema was the first township in Israel, bro.
Crazy. Oh yeah, I heard about that.
So,
we were the first town. Township in.
So
this
we have
region.
that. We have that information here. Everybody should check it out here at Training Center Pumulo, Mnamiti
facts.
Street. But
And spread the word about
yeah.
every artist that comes here. Go listen to the music.
And they should, bro. Especially yours. I know they should, man.
Big
But
ups.
all in all, man, thank you very much for coming. It's a pleasure for having you.
Thank you for having me.
I'm just glad, man, you came through, As I told you, I felt like this nigga would never come.
I had to make it.
Let me just try him out.
Nah, dude, it's always based on energy, dog.
Yeah.
If the energy's right, we in it.
Yeah, man.
big
But
ups.
anyway, thank you very much. Guys, this was it with your man, the one and only King of Israel. I should call you the King of Israel.
Yeah, the Eastern
Sablo.
King.
Sablo. So yeah, make sure you like, you subscribe, you comment, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for you to be notified every time we drop. It's the Max Prime Entertainment Podcast. We out of here.
Big ups.